This is Electrical Awareness. My name is Jeroboam Kimtai. I'm here for another program about electrical safety for you. So you need to avoid the following and know or be aware about the following for you to be able to be safe from electrical hazards. Before we continue, subscribe, share after watching this program and like it. Thank you so much. And for those that have already subscribed, a big thank you for doing the same. And you are promoting this channel, and so you deserve a gratitude, a warm heart of gratitude from me to you because you are supporting this program. Now, you need to be aware of the following electrical safety hazards. 1. Exposed electrical components. Exposed electrical components are hazardous to you because by not covering electrical components which have electrical conductors that are alive is dangerous to your life. Number 2, wet conditions around electricity. Any wet condition around electricity can conduct electricity. For example, water or any wet condition can be hazardous to you because it may cause shocks from electrical current through you. And this may eventually cause some fatal accidents ranging from mild sensation, heart attacks, and even cardiac arrest or even death. So you need to be aware of wet conditions around you, especially those people who do welding and then their cables just run around wet conditions like water and so on, water from the rain outside there. So be aware of wet conditions. Number 3, take care of exposed sockets. We have scenarios where sockets are not well mounted on the walls. This one is not good for your health. One from shock, and another one which I will talk about in an extensive manner, in a deep way, about electrical and magnetic fields coming from the electricity when it is in use. You have plugged there and then you are using electricity, yet the socket itself is hanging. I will do that with illustration again one time. So take care of exposed sockets to avoid shocks and to avoid effects from magnetic and electrical fields. Number 4, overloading power outlets. Overloading power outlets. Power outlets are not supposed to be overloaded because they can cause heating. And when they are overloaded also, they can cause spoiling of equipment because of power surge and voltage drop at the same time, interchangeably, depending on which effect comes first. So we have that scenario where we have power surge, and also we may have voltage drop by the time it reaches from the consumer unit to the socket. When current reaches at the socket, then it is supposed to support a number of equipment, yet you have overloaded. Then this means that it will cause a problem to electronic machines or even destroy the whole consumer unit and the main switch in your house. So avoid overloading one particular socket outlet. So you need to add other sockets, but make sure by not doing an extension from the existing socket. When you are adding a socket, then you need to add it from the consumer unit by terminating and introducing another circuit breaker that will then power the new socket that you are introducing. So there's no point of you introducing another socket by extending from the existing socket outlet already. So be careful about that. Number 5, incorrect earthing. Earthing is not just a matter of driving that earth electrode to the ground. It is supposed to be connected well, and make sure that when it's connected well, then you have to do again bonding in your house and so on. In one of the previous episodes, as I always say, we have done a lot of things, including earthing and bonding. So you cannot have proper bonding when you don't have proper earthing. So it begins by doing correct earthing. Number 6, defective insulation. Insulation in itself is done in two ways. One, as these conductors, wires, come by with their insulation already, but others are insulated by use of insulation tapes. And so you are supposed to make sure that insulation has been done in the right way for you to avoid shocks. Okay, use the right material to do insulation on cables. Insulation basically means covering exposed parts of a conductor, covering exposed parts of the wire that otherwise would be dangerous if left like that. So you need to cover them by the insulation, by an insulation tape, which may be black in color, red in color, and so on. Number 7, inspecting electrical or electric equipment, inspecting electrical equipment while on. What this point means is that when you want to inspect any electrical equipment, iron box, dispensers, microwaves, electronics like the television, radios, any equipment, you make sure that they are not powered on. Put them off first before you do any kind of inspection on a spoiled equipment. This is for your safety, and this is also to avoid some short-circuiting while inspecting the equipment. So you will protect yourself, and you will also protect the equipment you are inspecting by unplugging it from the power source first. Yes. Number 8, incorrect wiring and installation. This one is going to come with an explained episode about it. What is incorrect wiring and what is incorrect installations? We have a lot of this, but nowadays, since lights can work and you can have any machine working, without knowing that, you are affecting the appliances slowly without you knowing. So this is recklessly being practiced around, because people just need to watch and see electronics work without really considering that they not only are supposed to work, but they are supposed to work well and be protected. So they just employ unqualified people to do wiring. Wiring can be done incorrectly and installation can be done incorrectly. So I will do also what is the correct wiring and installation. So make sure you always inquire from qualified electricians and apply the expertise and advice when doing any exercise on electrical installation, be it in repairs, be it in correctional matter, or correcting faults, or doing new wiring. So make sure that it is done well. Number 9, make sure that you check on any wires if they are overheating. And overheating are caused by overloading electrical outlets or socket outlets, and another heating comes from loose connections. Loose connection on the points of connections on terminals. And the third one, which we found recently, is when you have heavy loads, heavy material on top of wires and cords. This eventually causes overheating. So take care of anything that may cause overheating on wires, especially covered wires. Number 10, overloading extension cords. This is different from overloading socket outlets. There are people that have the correct socket outlets, but when they have plugged in extension cords, then they overload the extension cords again. Understand that extension cords are not electrical socket outlets, and therefore they have to be treated so. They are supposed to be treated like extension cords. So if they have like 4 outlets, Don't add another multi-plug on top for you to accommodate quite a number. If a socket has been made to accommodate four equipment, then make sure it's accommodating only 4 equipment or 4 electrical devices, period. If you want to add another one, then you have to do an extension of an electrical socket outlet, of which we have learned that this extension has to be done from the consumer unit or from the distribution point, not extended from the socket. Okay? Just for quick safety, regardless of how the socket is made in the house, make sure that you are not going to extend any other socket from the existing socket. And if you want to do this, it is also possible after and if only you have involved an electrician to come and check on the movement of electricity and electric current on the sockets, so and make sure he has determined whether you can extend another socket from the existing socket outlet. Otherwise, if you are not sure of all the processes of determining, then just shortly, in short terms, extend and make another socket from the consumer unit. This is what I wanted to share with you. Yes, this is what I wanted to share with you, and I know that we are heading somewhere by learning more about electricity. Continue sharing this channel, continue watching this channel, and for those that have not subscribed, remember to subscribe and share with many more out there for this great learning that we are doing in this YouTube channel. Again, this is electrical awareness for you. See you in the next episode. Thank you so much.